This is quite a big day. It was a bit of a wild night. I think we were all tucked up in bed on a nice Friday night, and then the shocking news broke.
The unthinkable happened.
The unthinkable happened. Me and Adam were speaking about it 12 hours before that.
Yeah.
A hypothetical story, what would be as big as Punk returning, and it's this. Vince McMahon has retired from WWE, and we're here to tell you sort of everything you need to know to sort of stay on top of the story. Adam, of course, covered it last night as it was happening. He went live, bless him, on a Friday night. News was coming thick and fast, so we'll run through kind of all the top details. So, of course, Vince McMahon announced his retirement on Twitter, of all places.
Yeah, just took to Twitter.
Just a tweet, but he said at 4 p.m. local time, it's 77, time for me to retire. Thank you, WWE Universe, then, now, forever, together. And then he put a couple of hashtags on it, because you've got to get for the engagement.
Yeah.
Put hashtag WWE, hashtag thankful.
The hashtag thankful being all lowercase, I don't know why that tickles me, but it just does.
Just hashtag thankful lowercase. But yeah, so shocking that I remember the notification coming through on my phone.
Yeah.
I thought someone was pranking us. I thought it was going to be a case of like Mad Kurt or someone just being like, yeah, got you. But like, he's retired.
Yeah, he went on in a press release on WWE.com to say, as I approach 77 years old, I feel it's time for me to retire as chairman and CEO of WWE. Throughout the years, it's been a privilege to help WWE bring you joy, inspire you, thrill you, surprise you, and always entertain you. I would like to thank my family for mightily contributing to our success, and I would also like to thank our past and present superstars and employees for their dedication and passion for our brand. Most importantly, I would like to thank fans for allowing us into your homes every week and being your choice of entertainment. I hold the deepest appreciation and admiration for our generations of fans all over the world who have liked, currently like, and sometimes even love our form of sports entertainment.
It's quite a big statement, and then he goes on to say that our global audience can take comfort in knowing WWE will continue to entertain you with the same fervor, dedication, and passion as always. I'm extremely confident in the continued success of WWE, and I leave our company in the capable hands of an extraordinary group of superstars, employees, and executives. Because in this statement, he also announced who's going to take over. Because I think that was the biggest question when this tweet came out. It was, wow, okay, what
happens next?
What happens next? We've never been in this position. But in the statement, he goes on to say, in particular, both chairwoman and co-CEO Stephanie McMahon and co-CEO Nick Khan. As a majority shareholder, I will continue to support WWE in any way I can. My personal thanks to our community and business partners, shareholders, and boards of directors for their guidance and support through the years. Then, now, forever,
once again,
together. Yeah, it's really crazy that Nick Khan is someone who, 2 years ago, people had never really heard of. He wasn't in the company.
But it's Khan versus Khan, baby.
It is the wrath of Khan. He's taken over, and it's crazy. It's Stephanie McMahon and Nick Khan taking the lead in the company. Stephanie was made interim chairman, or took the position from Vince while he was under investigation, because there's a whole, there's all the allegations that are going on about intimate relationships
mounting against Vince.
So we've not got too much on that. This is mostly just going to focus on his actual retirement and what you need to know there. But Stephanie McMahon, Nick Khan, co-CEOs. My mind is now thinking, how does this change the face of WWE?
I think a lot of people were very quick to jump on he's still majority shareholder, which I don't know how it works in America, but being a majority shareholder doesn't entitle you to a job. Mm-hmm. So or at least that's how my brain sees it. But so he can still be majority shareholder. He still has a controlling power in the overall corporation.
Yes.
So I imagine he will be able to hire and fire other directors, and he'll be able to do that sort of stuff.
Yeah, and kind of block any sales if he wants to. If he wanted to move on to a different owner. But
largely, the retiring from the role, that is probably the end of Vince regularly featured. I don't think he's going away anywhere. I think we're going to see him pop up every now and then. You say if we don't see him from now onwards, I reckon we'll probably see him at every Mania or something. But he's
quite a mainstay in the company. Well, obviously a mainstay in the company. Obviously, it's his company, but he's got his fingerprints all over it. In the fact that he was head of creative, he was running creative. He was chairman, he was CEO, he's the majority shareholder. That man was everything in the
We've
company.
got that sharp uptick to TV 14 that's coming into effect pretty much straight away. I mean, Fightful going on to say here, Vince McMahon announced his retirement 4:05 p.m. EST, saying it's 77 time for me to retire. Went through all of that. And then they were apparently told at Fightful that there was an all hands on deck meeting at 5 p.m. EST. They'd apparently reported earlier that the new EVP of Talent Relations, CEO Stephanie McMahon, and President Nick Khan are all set to be in Boston. And a mass message went out to those within WWE from Vince announcing the news. There have been apparently heavy moves made within WWE, and Fightful were told to expect more. One talent that they contacted said that they'll believe it once shows come and go and he's no longer involved. And upon hearing the news, they said that they were surprised.
They were
because
surprised,
my pages are stuck
as
together.
They expected Vince McMahon to be in the company until he dies. Obviously, last night was a very the news kept coming, so they said that they would keep you updated throughout the night, and we sort of were covering all the news as it was breaking. But yeah, they expect more moves. We can only speculate really on who that could be, on what backstage people. But if it's Stephanie and Nick Khan leading it, and Triple H back in his executive vice president of talent relations role, the landscape of WWE changed like that. Yeah, they've got a whole new team. There's a whole new sort of possibly look at what makes WWE WWE. I
don't think it's going to be an immediate thing. I don't think we're just going to tune in this week and it's a completely different product. But I think this is the point now where it's been the biggest question in wrestling. What happens to WWE once Vince is no longer involved with it? So I think it's just going to keep evolving and evolving until what's happening? What are they doing? But Brian Alvarez went on to confirm Vince had sent out a message to talent confirming his departure. He apparently noted that they wouldn't be seeing him, but he'd be watching them, and then concluded with a plug for SmackDown tonight.
Gotta be like good tune in.
Brandon Thurston also broke the news Vince was retiring, including head of from All Rose, including head of creative, and that was confirmed to him by a WWE spokesperson. So it very much seems like Vince is stepping out of that role within the company.
We actually have the message Vince sent out.
I love this message.
It comes from Kermit125, a verified insider source on Reddit on Squared Circle. I'll read it verbatim. This is the actual words of Vince McMahon. To all WWE superstars, as I approach 77 years old, open within brackets, OMG, am I really that old?
I'm not gonna lie, when I saw that I was like, this can't be real.
Yeah, right, I know. I feel it's time for me to retire. I've thoroughly enjoyed sharing my passion, wisdom and love of the business with you. No longer will you see the smiling, docile, level-headed, calm presence at Gorilla every week.
At least he's self-aware, I guess.
Yeah. Well, is he? Your dedication to WWE will ensure that our company will continue to grow and prosper. Our organization is nothing without you. You're the WWE's only natural resource chosen to perform in front of a global audience. You're all WWE global ambassadors and carry the WWE flag wherever you go. Wave it high and proud and bust your ass to be all you can be as a person and as a performer. One other thing, I won't be with you, but I will be watching. Remember to keep your hands up, grab a hold and sell. By the way, SmackDown airs live tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern,
Tune in,
7 p.m. Central on Fox. And then he just signed it.
Vince, of course. Mike Johnson from PW Insider was reporting that McMahon apparently privately decided to retire, make the choice to do all of this and step away about a week or so ago, with one source telling them that it was about 10 days ago. The decision to release the statement on Friday afternoon apparently was to avoid the negative fallout from a media and shareholder perspective, with WWE stock having closed at $66.22 at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. McMahon's announcement was released 8 minutes later. So it's just like, wait for it. Right, proofread it, go.
Yeah, but it's like, as you said there, and Mike Johnson reported 10 days ago, about a week ago, and you mentioned it earlier, the TV 14 thing.
Yeah.
I was speculating last night the fact that news came out in the past week. It could have been just that. It seems like it, in my mind, that could be linked in the fact that he's decided to leave. I think decided to go a different direction.
It's felt like for the longest time that Vince has been the driving factor in, the PG-ification of the content, the going back to that kind of classic way it was back in the day, right? Target it at a much younger audience and try and make fans for life. But I think, yeah, with such a radical change, something was amiss, because it was like, hang on, is this just that ratings are slipping a bit and now they can get away with more, or is it they're actively pursuing this? Be why now?
Really exciting but scary times in terms of what is going to be WWE content. But I know a lot of people online, when this tweet came out and all the news was coming out, wrestling fans, we like to think everything could be a work. We can't quite trust things. But Sean Ross Sapp off Fightful confirmed on Twitter that despite speculation from a lot of people online, Vince McMahon is actually retiring. It is not part of some storyline or an angle. WWE confirmed it to him that it is a genuine retirement. He's done, 77 years old. He's put in a shift and he's done. He's going to retire. It's crazy. That's the only way I can really describe it. I can't quite believe that, this is happening just on a random Friday. Yeah,
out of nowhere. There's been no kind of fanfare, no build-up. I thought that Vince stepping away would be like a year-long farewell type thing if it ever happened.
He'd announce it in the ring. Yeah. If he was ever going to do it. And I didn't think he would ever do it. Like, I thought this is it. This is him until he dies.
What is wrestling without Vince? It's a very surreal thing. Do you reckon if they could do that sort of Ring of Honor style, put a hold on it for a little bit, they would? They can't afford to. Obviously, it's such a big corporation. Yeah. But like, I don't know if they would like to maybe shift straight into that competitive TV 14 style immediately, because I mean they're gonna need to if that's what they're gonna go for.
Yeah, if they change the ratings soon, then it's going to have to just be a hard sort of reset and just let's go for it.
Back to one canvas, blood in every match, and you have a scabby canvas by the end of Raw.
Sounds like a great plan and not a health hazard at all. Yes. But that is essentially everything you need to know about Vince's retirement. We will, of course, this is still a moving story. There's updates coming out all the time, so we will stay on top of it. Stay tuned at cultaholic.com. Stay tuned here on YouTube, and we will give you all the news. We will be back later on to discuss more news, because that wasn't all from last night.
No, there's still a lot.
There's still a lot of news. It was a very tiring night, but we can't wait to bring it to you. So we'll speak to you later. We're off.
I can't
to contemplate and stare at a wall.
Yeah, I can't quite believe it, everybody. Bye.